they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come man of the.
Oh ye do I walk. Oh Mary Wonizu, Woniya, Abakare. Mama Daora, Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi go Onyedu I walk. O Mary Wonizu, Ndiroya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. This is Mayegun live. Nnamdi Kanu is free. His abduction is illegal. Your leaders are going to jail, except if they quickly save face. Share the broadcast.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, lórí YouTube, and yes,
The real Nnamdi Kanu, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy, we are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, to the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done, and the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the international community for peace. But one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart acts now and immediately to stop this nonsense from continuing.
That is the Nnamdi Kanu that they don't want you to know or see ever. The one that finally realized that whatever is happening to Nigeria is not by accident. It is completely by the orchestration of those who are the gatekeepers of Nigeria. He raised the alarm over 10 years ago. But what did Nigeria do? They decided to silence him. So what court said today, let's start from there, because the question most people are asking right now is that, okay, so when are they going to release him? Okay, when is he going to be released to don't worry. Tonight, you and I, all of us, will put all the pieces together. We will also identify or acknowledge the mine on the road to this freedom and what we believe should be the next line of action for those who have tried and they have failed to silence those whose injustice in Nigeria, inequality in Nigeria, and so many other vices that has torn Nigeria apart have pushed to demand to leave Nigeria. The injustice continues. So we can tell them, what should they do next? But like we say, or like we do always, we can preempt them too. Do you know what makes APC, Egbekegbe, and Boko Haram's government and the rest of them so empty? It is because they are so easy to predict. Now, let's start from the genesis. In case, if this is the first time you are having an opportunity to know this story, no matter what you have been told, no matter the lies you have been fed with over the years, and no matter the level of your own Stockholm syndrome, I can help rejig your memory. And the journey to the illegality, the crime that Nigeria committed, international crime. But because Nigeria is a lawless place, where they have lawless people that are empowering other lawless criminals as their leaders, many of you Nigerians, you are a bunch of lawless people. So it's not shocking that the criminals leading you are as lawless as you can imagine. The journey. You see me now, I remember I used to remind you that, you see this my microphone, and this camera pointing at me, and everything I am saying or doing on this platform, in Nigeria, in the rest of the world, it is called the free speech, which none of them has any criminal nature in them, except incitement. We'll get to that part. The fact that you have the courage to turn on a camera and a microphone and you start addressing the rot in the Nigeria establishment, the one that almost everybody knows about, but hypocrisy, we never let them admit to majority of them. Like we say, the country of mad people, where abnormalities are always normal to them. So the journey started from is insulting our leader. He has been demarketing Nigeria. Oh, he's been threatening our leaders from abroad. I mean, the right thing to do is to get this guy and they should do something about this guy. So expectedly, in a lawless country like Nigeria, there is already a waiting mob, the ass lickers of their own oppressors, right? Who are ready, asking, please give him to us. Let's lynch him. If you can't lynch him, let's kill him for you. For all he's saying. So this jolted Nigeria to the point that they started making mistakes. What is Biafra agitation? Let's start from that. In Nigeria, they will make you believe, as an outsider, they will make you believe that Nigeria is one united country. That is not true. Okay? Everyone in Nigeria knows about our division, and we know the reasons why. But let me not waste your time. The reasons why we have a divided Nigeria, as you are witnessing today, is because nobody, no single person from any part of Nigeria, right, can confirm to you that Nigerians, so all of us, 250 ethnic nationalities crammed together in a single place, expected to be united and progressive for 62 years. You know what happened? When our forebearers signed up for Nigeria, they signed up for autonomous regions in Nigeria, which allowed everyone to develop, grow according to your own dictates, your own pace, and whatever you have up there to develop yourself, so to say. So we were forced together with one false, fraudulent picture out there, one united Nigeria. The people of Igbo land, especially Eastern Nigeria, who were those who first conducted the first referendum post-independence of Nigeria, they came together. They elected to leave Nigeria rather than Nigeria to allow them go under a democratic setting, autonomous regional. No. It led to a genocide that no single person is punished for that. Rather, the killers, the genocidists, they were rewarded with higher offices and wealth. So after the war, started a new war, Cold War. On paper, we are one Nigeria. But in reality, everybody knows their place. In the last 7 years, Nigerians have come to the better reality of what they have been shying away from for so long. And that is playing out in their charade election as we speak. Yes. Ethnic, tribe, and every other thing that they forcefully force together in a pretentious manner to say they are one, they are united, even without anybody's consent. APC, Egbekegbe came in. Bokuwari, who is also a beneficiary of the genocidal war, never punished. Rewarded and re-rewarded again. Like I said, the war ended in 1970. But Nigeria, the rest of Nigeria, including my own people where I come from, psychologically, they are still at war with the people of Eastern Nigeria. Psychologically. And that has now become something that is now manifesting more. The lies that will tell you, are you guys really united with all this, your rhetorics and all that? So the Biafrans became the targets of APC, Egbekegbe. Nnamdi Kanu, his camera phone, and his microphone, and then a platform called Biafra, Radio Biafra, where is propagating and talking more on what Nigeria truly is. Some of them so shocking that people actually have to learn how to hate him. You know that? When they begin to say, oh, they love to be victims. They always like to complain. The war is over. Let us move on. But it is not over. In the head of most of your parents in Nigeria, you know that. And there are many, many of you that have also been told, and the same vial have been passed down to many generations after that, Abi. And today, You can no longer hide them. Nigeria won't let them go. And Nigeria will never let them take any active participation in the leadership of the country. That is an unwritten code that they are hiding as a indivisible united agreement. Who signed that agreement? What are the conditions? So Nnamdi Kanu appealed to the young Biafrans who have always been interested in their history, and not just interested, they are more interested in never repeating that same history, especially what their parents went through. Now, to the rest of Nigeria, it is annoying. You get that? Because there was never a closure. What the Nigerian government did after massacring over 5 million people, today, if you are not a Biafran, if you are not from Igbo land, this is just a way to, they keep people all the time. You know what I mean? Because you've never really walked in their shoe, because you are made to feel that way. Now, it became an offense for an average Biafran to start talking about their losses, or begin to express their disgust, their personal dislike for Nigeria. That became something that became annoying to other Nigerians who are not from eastern part of Nigeria. I'm telling you all of this so that you can have the background, the background detail of why all of this is happening. Is there unwritten? They never talk about them. Oh, don't talk about it. But when Bokwari came back, you know what he said? Nnamdi Kanu is trying to do what his own forefathers did. According to Bokwari, we were supposed to have wiped them off completely since 1967 to 1970. We should have completely wiped them off. The war, the genocide was so bad, that what really killed millions of people is the coordinated, organized state blockade that blocked food. That blocked the access of civilians, children, women to food supply. That was what killed most people. We should have wiped them off. So Bokwari came back with that revenge. Nnamdi Kanu automatically received a target on his back. That target was that, listen, this guy wants us to fight another war. He wants us to kill more people. Okay, if that's what they want, then we will do it, because we always wanted to do it anyway. Making all the legitimate reasons, the profiling of Igbos and their businesses in Nigeria, the political cap they put on Igbos in Nigeria, and so many other things that are happening within the system, that those who are Igbos themselves are so afraid to even publicly acknowledge all these discriminations and all that. So some people are not taking it light. They're not taking it low. Young generation of Igbo became listeners to Nnamdi Kanu, who was teaching them the exact thing that happened in your history. That is something Nigeria wanted buried, because you will never, ever follow it up and never become angry. And your anger is always going to end up in one place. Wherever our parents left it, we would continue from there. Automatically, a camera phone, flags, microphone, selfie sticks, they became instruments of terrorism according to the lawless Nigeria under APC. And what should we do? Let's target this guy and see what we can do and kill as many people as we can. And if he wants to fight war, and if he wants us to start war, then we'll start there and start killing everybody, because the Igbos are not going anywhere. And we're not listening to whatever is making them demand for Biafra. Hello? In the UK, Scotland, Wales, and even Northern Ireland are now demanding for, they have always been demanding for a referendum. So referendum is not new to the Igbos. It's only the people who have no say whenever that happens that are really, really paranoid. So Nnamdi Kanu visited Nigeria in 2015, just barely 6 months after Bukwari and APC Egbekegbe came in. And then breaking news. Oh, we have arrested this IPOB broadcaster from London who want to fight Nigeria, this or that, enemy of Nigeria. He want to take the Igbos out of Nigeria, this and that. So it became the sensation. Nnamdi Kanu, he's been arrested. Oh, what happened? He wasn't arrested. He was also kidnapped. Same thing they tried or they did in Kenya. They targeted, there was no court. There was no warrant for his arrest. There was no allegation of any crime. But they said he was asking Biafrans to read their history and stop believing the lies that they are part of Nigeria. When all of us know, none of us is part of Nigeria. We are just part of a contraption put in place. Not because they have our interest in it. And every time we want to say, let's have our say in it. There's always going to be bloodshed because no, you can't have that. It's unacceptable. They kidnapped him in Lagos and took him to Abuja in their effort to set the motion for what will later come as the second genocide against the Igbo people in Nigeria. A crime that is documented, and every participant, you might see them as heroes today. You might see them as your leaders today. Well, everything they did is documented, and in appropriate time, they will be called to answer like what you saw today. So they kidnapped him. If you say somebody committed a crime, then you must have had evidence of that crime. They took him to court. When they appeared in their court after almost a year, guess what they accused Nnamdi Kanu of? That Nnamdi Kanu came to Nigeria with some sophisticated broadcasting equipment that he wanted to use to broadcast Biafra radio or Radio Biafra for the breakup of Nigeria. And because of that, he has committed a treasonable felony. Meanwhile, they were building presidential palaces for their would-be repentant terrorists in Nigeria back then. So Nnamdi Kanu, yes, arrest him, kill him. He's the enemy of Nigeria. He's the reason why we no get petrol. He's the reason why I no get job. It's because of this IPOB that we have Fulani terrorists killing people everywhere. Oh, it's because of this IPOB that we have no electricity. Oh, in fact, it's because of them. Kill him, Jare is our enemy. The Olori Burukus were celebrating, even when the criminal leaders were committing crimes. The criminal leaders, your leaders, terrorist leaders of yours. That they are doing it in Nigeria doesn't mean it's legal, okay? And but they couldn't prove anything. Ladies and gentlemen, for years, they couldn't prove anything. Finally, for face saving, election was coming in 2019. Omo, we would let this guy go, Jare, so that we'll see, maybe they can talk to him and let him calm down. Anything that he wants, we'll give to him, and all this, let him calm down. They were still committing the crimes, killing people. So they put together the abracadabra bail, and they said they are giving him bail, and he must not be seen with more than 5 people, and he must not do live broadcast. He must not do Radio Biafra. He must just go and relax, and not do anything. Which kind of judgment be that? You would have to kill him if you want Nnamdi Kanu to stop talking. I mean, he's done so much great work that even though they have made you see the negative part of his messages, okay? But one thing you can never change, one thing they can never rewrite is that Nnamdi Kanu is not the source of everything that every one of you is going through in Nigeria today. Do you understand that now? I hate this Kanu. I hate this Kanu with passion. Why do you hate Nnamdi Kanu? He says something about my tribe. As a Yoruba man, I hate him. He is not the source of your frustration. He is not the source of your unfortunate existence. The people who made that happen are the people. The Barnabas. Give us the Barnabas and this. How did they talk? So they picked him for 2 years. APC destroy your lives for 7 years. Anyway, that's just by the way. They had no evidence. They said a lot of things in their media. Nnamdi Kanu has hired this, he has hired that. So they finally let him go. That was the first kidnap attempt that made them believe that they could get away with anything. So what happened after? He must not be seen with anybody. How dare you? That somebody that controls the attention of over 100 million people, the Igbos and non-Igbos alike. Shemadini. Even if you are building a China in Nigeria, are you sure everybody's going to live in the concentration camp? But the idea was that he is the most dangerous man. And what makes him dangerous? He has a radio Biafra, and then he also has a Facebook platform, Twitter platform, where he continues to give it to Nigeria the way they never wanted it. You wanted propaganda? The young people gave it to them. But bring evidence of any crime committed. There is no evidence. Now, I don't know which side you belong to, but to this day, there is still no evidence. So they released him. Before you know it, they couldn't contain him. Now, this time around, the plan is that let us just kill him. Let's kill him, and then there's going to be riots. Some people are going to, you know what I mean? So then we're going to kill them too. Okay? And if they don't, if they are not careful, we'll declare state of emergency. So last, we will declare ceasefire. And we'll beg there, okay, sorry, Shebi, we don't, Nnamdi Kanu, we don't kill him, so forget and all that. So that was their plan B when they released him. Because Nnamdi Kanu came out and said, I have committed no crime. Up to this moment, Nigeria hasn't come out to say, this is your crime. This is the evidence of your crime. No single one. So they were keeping him illegally. So they had to let him go. So in September 2017, Nnamdi Kanu was due back in their courts just about 30 days prior. 30 days from that day. They sent their soldiers from nowhere. Court released him on bail. They sent their soldiers. They killed 28 people that day. The video, the torture, the picture, they are still online. They are still online everywhere. If you want to see them, I am giving you the timeline of the crime your roguish terrorist leaders have committed, and the news you heard today is just to tell them that when you find yourself in a hole, ladies and gentlemen, the right thing is for you to stop digging. If there's anything left for Malamu and Bokwari right now, they should stop digging their own graves. They should release him, right? They killed 28 people at his house in Abia. Yeah. So he narrowly escaped assassination. Guess what followed? Like what they did to Oloye Sunday Igboho. They declared him wanted. You wanted to kill somebody. He ran for his life. And then you declared him wanted. So at that moment, Nigeria judiciary received a big stab on their chest, a big slap on his face. Lady Justice, they remove her cover, then give him punch. He no fit cry. Courts gave somebody bail. He is due back in court in a month, and you send killers after him, and you think that is like normal? It's not normal. So for almost 2 years, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to connect and link up for those who have shown positive, support for the legitimacy of his campaign. In Nigeria, you don't want Igbos to go, but you don't want them to lead Nigeria. No be madness be that. Igbos cannot be president in Nigeria, right? But Igbos cannot leave Nigeria. So tell me, if you have to say that publicly, is that not madness? I'm just asking, but that's just that, yeah? When Nnamdi Kanu resurfaced, he took his, fire shot to a new level by reminding you that look, this Mumuma Dubokuwari, they don't clone him. Na fake yo. Na Jibri al-Sudani. As you are seeing him so, Bokwari is dead yo. That thing, as much as some of you will say, oh, it's nonsense, but many of you, that got you curious. It got you so interested. Even in Bokwari, you started paying attention to him. You started getting to see more of the hideous things that they are keeping away from him, including his worsened situation. That is not something nice for those who wanted to continue to paint the picture of invincibility. That changed everything. Jibri al-Sudani, guess what? It got so bad. It got so bad that whenever Bokwari meets other world leaders at different world events, they said some of them, they will walk close to Buhari as they are shaking him. Oh, hi, Mr. President. Hi, Mr. They will walk closer to him. They will want to draw him closer to take a good look at him and say, is this guy different? True. That was how much the psychological warfare that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also unleashed on a system that is the master. You know, the criminals in Nigeria believe that they are the master in psychological warfare, mind games, and double down. IPOB proved that they are like a Votrons. Once they come, no stay their way. If you no get enough ayeta, enough ayering, ayokuta, and anything, when they are coming, they are like legion. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is ahead in front of that legion. How can you not think? Can't you think straight? Why is it Nnamdi Kanu that says something to you? You just believe him. Oh, you want them to believe your criminal leaders, your roguish politicians, the sweet talkers. Nnamdi Kanu discovered that so early. And that became the most powerful tool that got Nigeria government to make a hell of mistakes. And part of their mistakes is the reason why, even if you want them to jail Kanu, if you want them to kill him, if you want them to do everything you want them to do, at a certain point, they will tell themselves that, Omo, it be like say, we need to stop. Yes. And they will stop. So, we need to get this guy. We need to pick him up anywhere we can get him. He can no longer continue to talk to people. He can no longer continue to make people ask questions, to the point that even the APC, Egbekegbe members, when they are sitting with Bokwari, they will be looking at him. It be like say Bokwari started suspecting that, why are people looking at me more? Why is it that everybody just staring at me, trying to check me out? Now that boy, get me that boy. So they decided to make more mistakes. So what did they do? They started tracking Nnamdi Kanu everywhere, spending millions and millions of dollars, millions of pounds sterling, billions of your money, chasing Nnamdi Kanu everywhere. The damages he is doing, they needed to stop that damages. We have to do everything, whatever it takes. Get him. I need him. It was like a trophy. Go and get him for me. It was exposing too much. So much. So everywhere in the world, where Bokwari, Malamu, where they have friends, where People took their offer. Government took their offers. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, anybody, Nnamdi, Hoku Kanu, Nnamdi, Hoku Kanu, Nnamdi, if you see anybody with they bear that name, even if you don't look like Kanu, arrest them, call us, we'll give you something. There's something for you. That's exactly the whole thing. They sent her out. And for 2 years, they were looking for Kanu. Where can we get him? Where is he? Where did you see him last? Did you see? And Nnamdi Kanu himself, small time you will see him in Israel. Small time you will see him here in the UK. Small time you will see him in America. How is he traveling everywhere? And Nigeria declared him wanted. Because the paper where they write the wanted on, you don't even get, you see, the tissue paper where they write the wanted on, you don't get value anywhere in the world except the corrupt African countries that are ready to play balls. Nnamdi Kanu was going everywhere. Interpol, na international police, they are everywhere. So if Nigeria is looking for Kanu for committing any crime, how about they arrest him in America or arrest him anywhere? But there was nothing anywhere. That is why I said I have been waiting for a time Nnamdi Kanu will be released completely. Okay? And he will tell you more by himself. Oh, you know him now, you know Kanu. He will tell you in detail what led to what happened in Kenya. He's already shared that experience with his own lawyers many times, and they've shared some of them with us. When I saw people attacking themselves, abusing themselves, tearing themselves apart because they believe that with Nnamdi Kanu they know, somebody must have sold him off. Somebody must have tipped Nigeria. Somebody must have told the people in Nigeria that Nnamdi Kanu is here or there. And I said, you are giving non-entities. You are giving them recognitions. You are making them relevant. If you know the resources that Nigeria deployed to look and find Kanu, dead or alive, you will not give any kind of relevance to any charlatan, okay, on social media, okay, that is the one who sold your leader. Oh, this one sold our leader. It's that one who sold, you know, what you don't know is bigger than you. It is actually the other way around. You are giving credit to people who have no idea. By the way, Nigeria has been looking for Kanu for whatever it's going to take. Finally, Kenya caught the net. We have seen him. But it was a different story they told Kenya. This time around, it wasn't even like, oh, Kenya, if you see Kanu, we'll give you this. Some of you said they gave Kenya crude oil. I mean, there's so many nonsense that people wrote on during the time of arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. At a point, I was trying to tell people that, can you please calm down? Can we all please pull this force together? Don't tear yourself. But they came for me too. Shut up your mouth. What's your business? You this Yoruba man. We don't, you know, that stuff. But that's in the past. And I said, the day Nnamdi Kanu comes out will be the day so many of you will likely kind of take back so many things you have involved yourself over time. They told Kenya a different story. Yeah. You know what they told Kenya? They told Kenya that if you see Nnamdi Kanu in your country, we are looking for him. In fact, he is working with all terrorist countries in Africa to make sure that they destroy Africa, including Kenya. Shebi, you know you are having problem of El-Shabaab. In our country, Nigeria, we have declared IPOB a terrorist organization because they have flags, they have camera phone, they have selfie stick, and they are singing Biafra or nothing. In our book, they are terrorists. So if you see Nnamdi Kanu, he's there to come and consult El-Shabaab. without any evidence, without nothing. It is African country, isn't it? Immediately they cited Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu wasn't in Kenya for fun. He wasn't in some of these African country because he was looking for money. I don't know what actually changed Nnamdi Kanu. That's one question I keep asking myself. That God knows what changed from inside Nnamdi Kanu that he decided, right, to sacrifice everything, including himself, for his strong belief in this Biafra. You know what I mean? He is British, right? He is well educated. He is somebody who has the capacity to live the best of the best life. It's people in his own capacity, people who have such wisdom and brain that could indeed motivate and mobilize millions of people all over the world. It could be anything. It could be one of the multimillionaires that you'll be billionaires that you'll be talking about in Nigeria. Say, Igbo billionaire. He has all that there for him. He has this wonderful family who are safe here, British. It could be anything he wanted in life. But something happened to the point that he actually left all those. He didn't care. Say was to meet people in Kenya. And you know, wherever you see him, he's just going to be talking about Biafra. He was to meet people there. He never met them. So Nnamdi Kanu, when Nnamdi Kanu now comes out, is the one that will now tell you, I went to Kenya to go and meet so and so. But that meeting never took place. So if you want to know why was he in Kenya? What was he doing there? He didn't go there for vacation. He didn't go there for money, as some of you have been told, as part of their propaganda. I mean, nobody's going to tell me now that Mayegun, we need you to come down to Zambia. Oh, Mayegun, we want you to come down to Tanzania on this issue of self-determination. We have these people. She Madi, Kinivelo Tanzania. Instead of me going to Tanzania or going to Ghana or going anywhere in Africa, why don't I just buy the ticket and go back to Nigeria? Isn't that better? But for somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, I am waiting for him when he's going to tell us what happened. I'm waiting for that time. So what happened today in Nigeria? I'll tell you. So when he now got to that Kenya, there was to meet with whoever, God knows who. They have given you like 1 million names. Hey, is this person that sold our leader? I use our leader in all that stuff. But he never met the person. He was waiting in the car park of the airport for the arrival of his the person who invited him. That never happened. The Kenya secret police, they swooped. They were already there. So if there's anyone who told the Kenyan police the location of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, or the visit of Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya, if there's any person who said that would be the person Nnamdi Kanu is meeting. That is my own theory. Do you get that now? Yeah, that's my theory. So they took him. Are you Nnamdi Kanu? He said, yeah, I am. He didn't deny that. It's not under any, he didn't go to Kenya under fake identity. There is a Kenya visa on his British passport. It's there, right there. A copy of that is there. His lawyer obtained the copy. He didn't go there under any disguise. He wasn't smuggled there. He applied for their visa. He got their visa and he visited the place. So they knew he was there.